What's up, guys? Back here with the Unpolished Truth, episode number 3 of the podcast. We are excited to bring you some quality content, probably the best on the internet today. So, without further ado, our introduction song.
Bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-da-dum.
Alright, we're back today, and first thing we're going to get things rolling with is Karsten. Is streaking ethical?
Of course. Nudity.
What's wrong with nudity?
I mean,
If you really pause and think about it for a moment.
Connor, put your pants on!
Whoa, to all my viewers out there, I am about 90% clothed. The other 10% is because I'm in shorts and t-shirts. So, like, why are we okay with naked arms, naked face? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all walking around and our faces are naked, so no one seems in an uproar about that. That's confusing.
What if your belly button was like the epicenter of all, what's that word? Like, modesty. Modesty. That you had to protect everything down and up from the belly button.
You mean like that's the focal point, like the belly button's the ultimate point of exposure?
Yes.
What if at one point the belly button is the only profane part of the body?
Yes.
So in the summer,
What if
we're
you
waking
just-
up with like hexagonal band-aids covering our belly buttons?
No, just a black piece of tape. Just across.
Like gaffer's tape.
I mean, belly buttons are really weird if you stop and think about it.
Umbilical
It used to have
cords.
like a cord attached to you, keeping you alive, and then we just chop that sucker off.
You know what's really annoying? I used to have an Audi all growing up, and all my family was an Audi, and then I turned into an innie.
Dude, you might want to get that checked out. It's flip-flopped halfway through your life.
I had a friend in elementary school who, it was like slanted, so one half was out and the other half was in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you kind of have like...
You have an Audi?
Yeah, I got a straight Audi.
But it's like it dips in first.
The good one. I kind of used. You see the remnants of it?
I definitely have
First
one.
person to comment on this episode gets an optional picture of my belly button. So,
Whoa. All right. Let's
Sign up for
get
our
back.
Patreon. First tier, Carter's belly button. Second tier.
Let's get back
Carter's
into it.
Adrian.
Carter,
Yeah.
a real comment on streaking. Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing, right? All right, if a tree falls in the woods, it doesn't make any sound, right? Like, if a streaker streaks in the middle of nowhere, and he's not bothering anyone, like...
So that's basically 90% of what the BU streaker did.
Exactly. The BU streaker is misunderstood. It's misaligned incentives from the administration.
I agree.
Me too.
I mean, think about what the BU streaker did for this campus. I mean, you want to talk about unification? Hundreds of eyes on the same Instagram page celebrating over like a simple, joyful act of nudity. Okay, that did not come out right.
Whoa!
Quick backpedal. Let me specify. Let's get precise here. All right, since I wasn't precise enough before. What I'm really trying to say is that nudity in isolation that doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Like at a football game, someone runs across naked. I feel a lot more sketched out than some random dude dancing around naked in a parking lot. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's a difference.
Yeah. Honestly,
Because one of them, you have a choice. Like if you go to that page, you have the choice to look at the BU streaker. But if you're at a football game and someone crosses the field, like you didn't give them consent to show their nudity. Whereas the BU streaker, anyone viewing those videos fully well knows what they're getting themselves into. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would comment further, but I kind of want to maintain my reputation. So I think I'm going to hold my comments to myself. So yeah, let's move on to our next topic. why Freshman Hill is an overrated place of living
Ooh,
for a freshman.
Karsten.
Let's open this up to the freshmen of our podcast.
it's trash. I've never been, but
This
no.
is like hundreds of hours of data you've collected and
Yes,
research.
Well, I would say if
Just
it
the
wasn't
meditation on
trash, you
campus.
would have been there. So like, there's
Yeah.
a direct correlation,
Mhm.
right? Like, if it wasn't
I mean,
trash,
they want me. That's the thing.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
they want everyone from L2.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've had like the best experience here on L2.
Best chefs on campus,
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, when I think of people who live in listeners, specifically L2, I think of the fact that us being so separate from campus makes us more popular. Because whenever somebody sees us on campus, they forget that we go here to Bethel. And then when they see us, they're like, wow, you go here? And then they want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're something special. You're other.
Yeah.
And it always catches you. I love the number of times where I've been like, "Oh, you're an RA, like who are you RA for?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm listener freshman." And they pause and they look at me like, "Whoa,
That's an unknown species.
like there's freshman and listener, and there's a whole floor of them." Like, yeah, there's 55 of them, and then their minds implode. Like I see them pause, seem to grapple with the fact that there's a whole community of freshmen, not on the hill. So the thing is, do you think we relate to Nelson? Like I don't personally feel any emotional attachment to Nelson,
No.
like at all. But they're technically not a part of the hill, so I at least have to give them that bit of.
But we're
heads
just
up.
so isolated, and we're through the woods, you know.
Yep, literally,
It's special, yeah.
literally. I don't know what to say about the hill. They don't have co-ed living. I mean, we could go there, but like, let's go there. In terms of like maturity of residents, I would argue that you should compare the average listener 2 resident at the end of their freshman year versus someone from the hill. My money is on the person from listener floor 2 to be more mature. On average, there are outliers. Always, period. But
You need a cough drop?
no, there's just a little in my throat,
Oh, give him a Altoid.
Break.
Okay, I just had an Altoid passed to me for the viewers. That's the second tier of the Patreon, is an Altoid from
Carson's pocket.
Yep, from his pocket. It has to sit in there for at least 2 hours before it gets
Incubate.
shipped to you. Yeah. Or else it's not the true Altoid experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something special about a warm Altoid, you know.
Kind of like a warm Tic Tac that's been sitting in water for a couple of days. Or like a candy bar that's been sitting in that weird void between car seats for like a decade.
Yeah.
You finally open that sucker up.
Hot car water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like day old Nalgene water.
What's the most
That's the nectar
dangerous?
of the gods.
What is the most dangerous liquid you can drink that is safe to drink?
I would say hot car water.
Hot car water.
Because I mean, like all that plastic in there.
Oh, I've done that
Like
before,
melts
and your brain knows. There's like
Yeah,
alarm
like-
bells going off.
Oh.
You're like, I know, man.
I know.
You want to do this?
I know, but you're always so parched whenever you see it. You're like, ah, and you like stare at it, and you're like, and then you're like, and then you're like, yeah.
I don't know. I just down it in one go. Don't give your body a chance to second guess.
Get an instantaneous headache though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever drink ocean water?
Yeah. It's the worst.
Wait, do you ever get headaches from drinking bottled water?
Yeah.
Conspiracy time.
I do, and it's weird. And I've talked to other people about it.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think it has something to do with like breathing, like when you hold your breath more or something. I don't know. It's more like concentrated.
Because of like the form of the bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could be it.
I think like closed off. Like
Yeah, because in the glass, there's a lot more airflow going on.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So you think if they made a bigger entryway for the
Yeah.
water to exit?
Yeah.
That was a really convoluted way of saying
I want an hourglass shaped
water.
water bottle. Because I was thinking like just reverse the bottle, but then it'd be like tippy,
But think about what happens when you're already halfway through drinking it. When you tip it, there's gonna be this
It's
awkward
gonna-
pause where it has to like make it through that middle section.
What about
What if it's like hard on top and like a sack on the bottom?
Oh. No. That visual was
Whoa!
He described it with his hands, and that's not as much as I can say. It really helped me understand the visual.
Oh my god.
We're all about innovation here on the Unpolished Truth.
Alright. I think that so let's cut to our sponsor, who is not here once again. So I think as of now we're just gonna head to our last comments.
Yeah, final comments.
Yeah.
We could do like a eulogy. Wait a sec. Is eulogy for when someone dies? Or is that for anything? What is a eulogy?
I think
What's the next topic, I think?
it's for when somebody dies.
It's when someone dies?
Yeah, so, I mean, just like, I think other people who would listen to this would just Google that.
Yeah.
But on this podcast, we don't believe in Google. We more hold to the belief that we know more than Google. And so we like to just, like, consult ourselves.
I got it. I got my rant. Finally came to me.
Okay.
I am done with yes, girls. Done with them. If I hear one more time in the DC, yes, it's like this long drawn out sign. It is beyond infuriating at this point. I'm sorry to any viewer out there, if you have a yes come out of your mouth and it lasts more than 4 seconds, I would beg you to pause and think about why you're saying it like that. Traditionally, I think it's because you're surrounding yourself with people that maybe you should surround yourself with. Because if you're modifying your language like that, it has to do something with other people around you. Because, like, if you answer the phone, you don't pick up the phone and say, yes, this is Carter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you say yes, like you answer. But when you're with other people in a group, I'm sorry, I'm just really annoyed.
It's the
by
death
this.
of words, man.
It's the death of words.
Death of words.
The slow burn of the English language. It used to be such a beautiful language, too. You know, back in the Shakespearean days.
Yeah.
When thou used to speak deep in the divine.
Can I get a little theological? You know,
Alright,
like,
please do.
in the beginning was the word, and now words are in decline. So I'm just gonna throw that out
so
there.
since the beginning of time, you think language is deprecating? Or
Yeah.
Deteriorating?
It's a powerful thing.
Where are we going to be in 200 years?
Just
me.
Yes.
All right. On that note,
Well, wait.
let's talk.
I hate Minnesota Pride. We talk
Whoa.
about
I'm just trying to end this podcast.
Right,
you guys won't let me.
Cole's not a strong one. Out of left field, Karsten comes flying out.
I've never been in any state that has as much pride as Minnesota. And Minnesota,
You've never lived in any other state.
I'm just saying traveling too. Like, I was just in
Texas
Illinois
would like
for a
a
while.
word with you, but continue.
Fair. But
California.
see, well, the thing about Minnesota is they were all about, like,
New
being
York.
so welcoming and so nice. But as soon as people get here, they're like, oh, it's a Minnesota thing, you wouldn't get it. I had a friend who moved here from, what was it, like West Virginia, I think, thinking, oh, it's going to be so great here. It was awful. Everyone was like, oh, you got to learn this whole new vernacular just to live here.
You going after our tapioca pudding?
Yeah.
Wait, what other, I don't even know what Minnesota things are.
Minnesinophobe.
Our O's.
Oh, you betcha.
You betcha.
The sweaters that say you betcha.
Oh, it's all.
Stop talking!
And with that note, as you can see, we're a very unified podcast filled with reasonable individuals who are always willing to push ourselves to the brink. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please do not report us. Have a nice night. Bye.
Cut!